I did my project on Jewish teenager girls. The age of the group being persecuted ranges from 13 to 19 years old. The gender of the group are females, specifically teenage females. In 1939, the Nazis opened Ravensbrück, the largest Nazi concentration camp established for women. Over 100,000 women had been incarcerated in Ravensbrück by the time the camp was liberated. German soldiers established a compound in Auschwitz-Birkenau concentration camp to incarcerate female prisoners. Among the first inmates were prisoners whom the Nazis transferred from Ravensbrück. At Bergen-Belsen, the camp authorities established a women's camp in 1994. The Nazis transferred thousands of Jewish female prisoners from Ravensbrück to Auschwitz to Bergen-Belsen during the last year of World War II. Survivor stories. The Nazi regime targeted all Jews for persecution and eventually death, but the Nazis frequently chose women, Jewish and non-Jewish, to persecution. Nazi soldiers also targeted all types of women, even women with disabilities living in institutions. Here are one of the survivors' stories. Her name is Maria Savamosi. She was one of 4 children born to a poor family. When she was 17 years old, Maria was sent to the east of Moldavia by cattle car. She was transported to Transnistria, where she marched to a farm to be left for dead. She ended up surviving because her dad was a soldier and he smuggled her to safety. Maria ended up surviving the war and was reunited with her family that survived. Living conditions. The living conditions for the Jewish girls were lethal to many of them. It was likely that the Nazis murdered anyone who were still alive in the gas chambers. In 1941, German police deported over 5,000 Jews from Austria to the ghetto. Jews resided in a segregated section. Almost half of the Jewish teenager girls died within the first few months due to lack of food, shelter, fuel, and other medicines. Nazis and police officials deported those who survived the harsh conditions to different killing centers. Thousands of Jewish teenagers died in gas vans and were poisoned by carbon monoxide gas. Reasons why Jews were classified as scapegoats. One reason the Jews were identified as scapegoats is because of Hitler. Hitler wanted to rid the Jews from society. It would do anything to do that. He started creating lies about the Jews, saying that they wanted to take over the world. He did this to brainwash the Germans into thinking he was telling the truth and to be on his side. Another reason is that there was a myth that a Jew killed Christ long before Hitler came around. The Germans have always been suspicious since this time. Other countries' reactions. When other countries first saw the aftermath of the Holocaust, they were shocked. At first, when the US found, they strived to keep it top secret. The British Prime Minister called in to bomb a concentration camp in Auschwitz. This never ended up happening. The Nazis even offered the British 1 million prisoners in exchange for 10,000 trucks. The British declined this offer, and that was a mistake because it could have saved a lot of innocent Jews. They declined the offer because they didn't know what to do with the Jews after they were released. Later, President Roosevelt agreed to issue a statement punishing the German government for its genocidal policy against the Jews. After that, the camps were bombed and the Jews were liberated. This is my works cited.